Everything is Better with Creators, a new podcast that explores the creator economy, what it is, and where it's going. Join me, Ashley Rudder, every week along with my co-hosts Emma Harman, Marco Bertozzi, and Jamie Gutfreund as we do a deep dive into the insights and analysis of the biggest economic change we've experienced since the dawn of the industrial age 100 years ago. Everything is Better with Creators, produced by Whalar. We power the creator economy. Listen to this episode on Spotify. The creator economy, what is that and why should you even care? Or maybe you're here because you're creator curious and want to level up your knowledge. This is the podcast that goes deep into these questions, and that is why I can't wait to introduce you to Keely Cat-Wells. Just 24, she was once an aspiring actress and dancer, but following an illness that caused her to lose her large intestine, she developed PTSD. Keely found a new purpose in her recovery and decided to launch C Talent, a talent agency dedicated to representing deaf and disabled creators around the world. Today, she's on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list and is a growing force to be reckoned with. We'll explore her story and more on this second episode of Everything is Better with Creators. Roll that intro, please.
Everything is Better with Creators, the podcast that takes a deep dive into all things creator economy. Produced and presented by Whalar. Whalar, we power the creator economy. With your hosts Ashley Rudder, Emma Harman, Jamie Gutfreund, and Marco Bertozzi.
I am the creator. And this is fresh.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Everything is Better with Creators. I'm Ashley Rudder, your guide to all things happening in the creator economy. Every week, myself or my colleagues, Jamie Gutfreund, Emma Harman, or Marco Bertozzi will be hosting this podcast. So you're probably wondering what this podcast is all about because it has that flashy buzzword everyone is using, creator. Well, think of it this way. Today, more than 500 million people are out there creating videos and other content for YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. An astonishing 2 million of them are earning enough money to make it a full-time job. Admit it, if you are listening to this podcast, you may have already been tempted by hashtag TikTok made me buy it, which has more than 8 billion views and has fans buying books, cleaning supplies, and making new recipes. Why is this different than advertising? Trust. That's right. It's all about trust. If a creator shares something on their channel, they have to believe in the product. Otherwise, they will lose support of their audience. In fact, 92% of customers trust these creators more than celebrities, friends, and even family. So if you're a marketer and now a listener, guess what? There's a new playbook. Instead of buying attention and interrupting people, you now have a smarter way to entertain, inspire, and build trusted relationships through creators. In this podcast, we will be going deep on creator trends. We'll speak to a special guest and ask them to diagnose the newfound reality of the creator economy. And we'll try to understand the pivots taking place in the world of advertising.
Whalar watching. Everything is Better with Creators.
Okay, fam, so what do we see out there that's interesting that you should be paying attention to? Well, check it out. In every episode, we take a deep look at something you, our audience, should understand before we get into our big interview. In this episode, we have a really interesting thing on our watch. What do Squid Games, Bridgerton, TikTok makeup tutorials, and YouTube's Meet My Dog videos have in common? Closed captioning. The popularity of closed captioning with millennials and Gen Z audiences opens the doors to foreign films and TV shows to thrive in America. Who would have thought that Korean drama would become the #1 show in America in 2021? Thanks to closed captioning, Squid Game's leading actor Oh Young-soo went on to win a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor, which was a bittersweet irony considering foreign films and shows were usually shut out of award competitions. Americans were notorious for being anti-subtitles, leading to foreign films being the least watched film genre. Wait, I know you're thinking, hey, Squid Games has subtitles, not closed captions. In a way, it's both. Closed captions and subtitles are considered the same thing. The only difference is that subtitles are usually meant for language translation. Closed captions were initially designed for viewers who cannot hear the audio in a video. Both terms have the purpose to translate audio into written language for a viewer to understand. In a way, we cannot have one without the other. Times have changed, and closed captioning has become a norm on content, all thanks to the disabled community. When social media and streaming platforms enabled closed captioning on content, they were able to reach 5% of the world's population that has hearing loss. That's hundreds of millions of people worldwide that are now included to view content. Hashtag fun fact, Gen Z loves closed captioning. Studies have shown that they use closed captioning to help them focus. Brands should note that when they add closed captionings, viewers are more focused on the content, advertisements, and overall messaging. More accessibility equals a bigger reach. 80% of people will most likely watch an entire video if closed captioning is enabled. We're here for the KPIs, fam. We're here for the KPIs. Put closed captioning. It's going to instantly boost your engagement. It's that simple. Closed captioning wasn't only a solution for the hearing impaired, but for those with attention disabilities. It has become a global communication phenomenon. So next time you marketers are brainstorming an ad or a TikTok video, remember to turn on those captions. Just as a reminder that Everything is Better with Creators is brought to you by Whalar. The Whalar Way combines tech, talent, and creative social strategy to match brands with creators and produce authentic content that people really want to see. Whalar is democratizing the creative process for brands and creators by empowering a global talent network of thousands of influencers, tastemakers, creatives, and storytellers to connect with your target audience, making advertising more inclusive, diverse, and effective. Check out more at Whalar. That's WHALAR.com. All right, coming up, I sat down with the amazing Keely Cat-Wells to hear her story and what she sees as the future of the creator economy.
And now it's time to bring up the headliner of the evening, very special. Please welcome to the stage
The Big Interview. Everything is better with creators.
Hi, I'm Keely. I am a Caucasian woman with long, blonde, curly, slightly messy hair, and I'm wearing some glasses, which are gold-rimmed, square, and behind me is a rather empty room with a sofa in the back corner, and looking forward to this conversation. I'm the CEO and founder of C Talent.
Hello, I'm Ashley Rudder. I am an African-American female who is wearing a graphic tee and a denim jacket with gold earrings. I have an afro. I'm wearing dark purple lipstick and blue winged eyeliner, and I am the head of creators for Whalar. Keely, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm thrilled to have you. I think back to when we first had our first Zoom meeting, and I had a quick chat with some colleagues, and they were like, when you talk to Keely, she's gonna knock your socks off. And boy, was that the truth. I am so inspired by you and your work, and I cannot wait for you to let everyone listening to this podcast know what's going on. So why don't we just start with a bit of your origin story, Keely, because that is basically the genesis of how C Talent came into existence. So why don't you share a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing today. I thought that I was going to be a dancer for the rest of my life. I wanted to just be on the West End stage, stay in England, but the universe had very different ideas of what was going to be my life. So I became disabled when I was 17 years old. My life completely changed, and I spent a lot of time in hospital, and kind of cut a long story short, I ended up representing a lot of my friends and creators and dancers and people who were doing what I wanted to do, and I was helping them get jobs and working behind the scenes for them. And that really led to my career as an agent, and then I moved to Hollywood, Los Angeles, California.
Amazing.
And it was, I fell in love with the place first. I was only meant to be here for a week, then ended up now coming up to 4 years.
Wow.
So crazy. And then I actually lost a job in Hollywood because of ableism, which is discrimination against disabled people. And then that's what really led to See Talent.
Like, how did you pick yourself up and turn that into a positive?
You know, I think it's really when I found the disabled community. I was very lost for a long time. I kind of, you know, whenever you tell a story, it kind of seems like it all pieces together so well, but there was a lot of big gaps within that time. There was a lot of dark places. There was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life anymore. But I think the power of community is so important. And that's also why I love social media, honestly, because you can find people who you don't necessarily see in TV or in movies that are living, you know, parts of your life and who can empathize with you and empathize with your journey and what you're going through. So I think it was really the power of the disability community that helped me get back on my feet, per se, and really try and turn a bad situation into something positive.
From your perspective, you're creating a space for disabled talent, deaf talent to step in and let their authenticity shine. Like, what are marketers missing out on in terms of the community you represent?
So many things. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is that the amount of disabled people that there are in the world is always underestimated. There is over 1 billion people who are disabled. And a colleague of mine, Dan Edge, who works at See Talent, always says, if those 1 billion people trust you and what you're posting and feel like they're seen, heard, and represented, and they will just give you $1 each, imagine how that could impact your revenue. So, but it's not just from a revenue perspective. I mean, even if we look at things like accessibility, for instance, and if content creators or if marketers, advertisers made content that was accessible, it doesn't just target the audience that are deaf and disabled, but it also impacts the audience who are non-disabled. For instance, we now all add captions to our content because we know it's going to be seen and read and taken in by more people, and because attention spans and all these different things, all of the different components. You know, if you're on a train, you can still then take in the content if you don't have your headphones. I mean, all of these different things, but we can't forget that accessibility was born from disabled people. I mean, I think it's forgotten too that texting, SMS texting, was created by the deaf community, created for the deaf community, and now obviously we all use it. So I often say, you know, look at accessibility as a creative opportunity, as this way that can spark innovation and not a problem to be solved.
Keely, thank you so much for joining us here on Everything is Better with Creators.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard and will come along with us as we navigate this journey to the promised land of the creator economy. Make sure to subscribe or follow our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you like to listen to audio. And of course, we love a rating and a review if you get the opportunity. And special thanks to Keely Cat-Wells for joining us. Make sure to check out more from Whalar and all things at the intersection of a talent network, partnerships, technology, and creativity at Whalar.com. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We're hyped to offer an ASL translation on our Whalar YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out.
You see, I am the creator.
I am Ashley Rudder. Catch you next time.
Everything is Better with Creators is produced by Whalar. Whalar, we power the creator economy. Learn more at whalar.com.